shows over last week and then watch the Sunday shows, they just are not telling the truth. So you've got to turn away from that stuff.
Absolutely.
You've got to get to the sources and then listen closer. As you said, Gorsuch is a huge victory. You know what? The media didn't cover Gorsuch at all because they don't want to let the people know that Justice Scalia, listen, when the voters were out there in the middle of America.
He gave us somebody that was an acolyte of Scalia, friends with him, and the computer program I know they used showed that he was the biggest match to Scalia, and Trump totally fulfilled his promise. Well, they have a narrative that he's the biggest failure ever in his first 100 days, only 80 days in. I think Trump's gotten more done than Reagan did. We have the best small business numbers since 1984. It took Reagan 3 years to get to that.
Yeah, and listen to this. No, listen, Sandra Day O'Connor was the first person put on the court by Reagan. She was an actually pro-abortion, big government liberal because Reagan had to deal with a Democrat Senate. So look, out in America where voters were, especially pro-life Catholics and conservative evangelicals said, look, I want to vote for Trump-picking judges, not Hillary.
And he delivered. And he delivered. And when I find myself getting mad at him, imagine Hillary and imagine who she would be appointing right now.
And the other thing is, look, he had the leader of China at Mar-a-Lago. And by all accounts, Trump went toe-to-toe, belly-to-belly. That guy knows that Chinese leadership now knows they're dealing with a real strong, forceful American leader. This is a huge victory.
And Trump's now announced he's going to do a bunch of sanctions on the junk goods they dump on the market.
Exactly.
But the media, I mean, even articles on my site, because the people post what they want to get great folks. He's appointed some, quote, free trader. Because he knows how free trade works, doesn't mean he's going to be doing what he wants. It's going to be what Trump wants.
Yeah, and I think if you look closer at some of the key leaders, remember, General Sessions is out there fearlessly enforcing the law on illegals and fearlessly enforcing the law on what we know as American
sovereignty. We have a 43% drop in illegals the last 80 days.
Exactly.
And we have thousands of pedophiles being arrested. Stuff the Democrats are actually pushing pedophilia. He's stopping it.
And by the way, one benefit of Trump's action in Syria is I think he sends a message that maybe we don't want Syrian refugees here. I think we can agree on that. Trump's going to try to find a way to force that part of the world to solve that problem. That would be real victory. I mean, I'm a fan of that idea.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, that's what my White House sources said. Trump understands that if that thing falls to any of these rebel groups, it's wide open, and Assad is so destabilizing, it's just going to keep happening. He wants it over and secure so Turkey can't use all those refugees as a weapon.
Right. And one last thing on judges, you just said, Alex, the American people need to know that, the example of what can happen in America going wrong is California, where Jerry Brown and Javier Becerra, the attorney general now, are enforcing laws against conservatives, against the American people. We now have a chance. Trump's going to be able to appoint 100+ federal district court judges who will understand property rights. Out west, that means the government doesn't trump you because they want your property. This is a big deal.
This is an American renaissance if they don't kill him or stop him, and that's why I'm still backing Trump and praying we don't get a giant war in the Middle East. I know he's got intelligence we don't have, but my sources say that all of them, I mean, really right-wing people, are really concerned that this would turn into just World War III, perhaps. Listen, Ed Martin, EagleForum.org. Please join us more often. Really appreciate your great commentary and your work. And folks can find out more about the Eagle Forum at EagleForum.org.
Thanks, Alex. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. All right, your phone calls are straight ahead. I want to thank everybody for holding. Carlos, Bobby, Rick, Leanne, Beto, everybody, we're going to your calls, and then we've got a breakdown of some Russian news as well. Stay with us, Infowars.com.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run.